So in this video, we are going to learn how to add TidyCal booking in Google Sheets. Let's say you're using TidyCal as a platform for your workshop, consultation or appointment booking, and you have created multiple booking pages in TidyCal. Now you want to add the booking details which you're receiving from a specific page in your Google spreadsheet. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. And this automation, as a new booking will be received in TidyCal, automatically the details of the same booking will be added as a new row in our Google spreadsheet. Now, if you want to learn how you can set up this complete automation all by yourself, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is my TidyCal account using which I have created separate booking pages for my multiple workshops. Now I want that whenever I get the booking for a specific workshop from a specific page, I want to add the details of that specific booking in my Google spreadsheet. Now to do this, we have to connect our TidyCal account with Google Sheets. And we are going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration platform to do so. Now to get started with Pabbly Connect, you will get a free sign-up link in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. After creating your account and coming to this dashboard, we have to create an automation workflow. For that, just click on this Create Workflow button and give this workflow a name. Let's say I'll limit as TidyCal to Google Sheets. You can basically give any other name as per your choice. Then just select the folder of the TidyCal account in which we want to set up this automation and click on Create. And as you click on Create, here you can see the workflow will open in front of us. In this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger step. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our TidyCal account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger step, so that whenever we get a new booking on our TidyCal account, then automatically the details of that booking will be received inside Pabbly Connect and this automation workflow will trigger, it will start. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation and the connection between TidyCal and Pabbly Connect, TidyCal is going to send each and every booking which we are receiving on all the pages, all the booking pages. But we want to add the booking details of a specific booking page in our Google spreadsheet. So in this automation, in the next step, we are going to set up a filter that only the booking of a specific page will be continued and added in our Google Sheet in the next step in this automation. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window, in Choose App, select TidyCal. After selecting TidyCal, in Trigger Event from this drop-down, select the trigger event as New Booking. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our TidyCal account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this Connect with TidyCal button. Then after that, here in this pop-up window, click on Authorize. And as you click on Authorize, we will see our TidyCal account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, here you can see this Save and Send Test Request button. Now, as you click on Save and Send Test Request, the details of the last booking, the most recent booking, will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Now, before capturing the response and getting the details, I'll just open the link. I'll just copy the link of my booking page for which I want to set up this automation and open it in a new tab. And here we are going to make a dummy booking. Let's say I'm going to select the date as 7th of March over here and time as 8 a.m. Then I'm going to enter the details of the person who is making the booking. The name is demo user. This is the email address. Then after that, this is a dummy mobile number which we are entering. Age is 25 and city is Bhopal. After entering these details, just click on this book event button. Now, as you click on book event, here you can see using these details, just now an appointment or a workshop booking is done using my TidyCal booking page. And as it is done, we will see we'll get back to Pabbly Connect workflow and click on this Save and Send Test Request button. And after clicking on Save and Send Test Request button, here you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you will get the details of the exact same booking over here. Here you can see the same mobile number which we have entered while making the booking, the same number which will be entered by the user while making the booking on the TidyCal booking page. Then here you can see the same age and the same city. And after that, here you can see we have two responses of start at and end at. In start at, you can see the date and time, that at what date and time this particular meeting or this particular workshop will start. For what date and time the user has booked a meeting or appointment. And then you have the end date and time of the appointment of the booking too. Now you will notice that the date in this particular date and time is 7th of March 2025, but the time is 2:30 over here and the time of end is 3. Now this is because we have basically made the booking on our TidyCal booking page according to Asia Kolkata time zone. But the response or the data which is sent by TidyCal to Pabbly Connect is according to UTC time zone. And also this is a pretty complex format of date and time. So what we are going to do in the next step, we are going to basically change the format and the time zone, and we are going to get the start at date and end at date according to our local Asia Kolkata time zone, or you can basically get it into any of your time zone in which you are basically willing to get these dates. Then after that, we'll scroll down further in these responses and you can see we have the title of the workshop. We have the name of the booking page over here, that from which particular booking page this booking is received. And we are going to set up the filter condition in the next step using this name. We are going to set up a filter condition that if we get this response of booking type title as this particular title, then only in that case we are going to basically continue the automation. Then we'll scroll down further and you can see some other details over here. Like here you can see the availability dates. Then we'll scroll down further. Then you can see the particular interval, time interval. And at last, if you scroll down, you can see the details of the person. Like here we have the email address of the user, name of the person who made the booking. Then after that, we'll scroll down further. We have the mobile number. Then we have the age, city, and all the details. So in this way, you can see the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed, where we have successfully connected our TidyCal account with Pabbly Connect and received the details of a new booking over here. Now after this, let's move to step 2. In step 2, we want to set up a filter condition. Let's say I want to set up this automation for this particular workshop which I have named as PHP course for beginners. If I get the booking from this particular page, the page title should be this. Only in that case, the details should be added in Google Sheet. If I get the booking for any other workshop or any other booking page, in that case, I don't want to add these details in our Google spreadsheet. For that, what we are going to do to ensure this kind of filter condition and add it into this automation, we'll just come to this action step and select Filter Pabbly. After selecting Filter Pabbly, in action event from the drop-down, select Filter Values and click on Connect. As we click on Connect, the first thing it asks us is to select the label. And here in this drop-down of Select Label, you can see a list of all the responses of a new booking which we have received from TidyCal inside Pabbly Connect. Out of all of these responses, we are going to select this label of booking type title over here. We are going to select this label, enter filter types will be equals to, and here in value, we have to enter the exact same name of the booking page for which we are setting up this automation. Like I am setting up this automation for PHP course for beginners workshop for this booking page. So I've entered the exact same name over here in values, and the label will be booking type title. Then after that, let's click on Save and Send Test Request. And because we have captured the details of this page's booking over here, the booking which we made was on the same page on the same workshop. That's why it is showing us the condition is true. After adding the filter condition, in the next step, we want to change the date and time format and time zone. For that, click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, we have to search for Date Time Formatter. After selecting Date Time Formatter, in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Format Date with Time Zone and click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, the first thing it asks us is the date. That what is the date whose format and time zone we want to change. So we will be basically getting the date, end date and start date from TidyCal in the trigger step. So here from the trigger step responses, what we want to do, we want to basically send these responses of start date and end date and change the format and time zone of these date using date time formatter. So first we'll change the format and time zone of start date. Now here from the trigger step responses, we have to send these start date to this date and time action step. And to add the trigger step responses into the action step, we are going to use a process called mapping. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of date over here, and here in this drop down, you can see a list of all the responses from previous 2 steps. Out of all of this, from the responses of TidyCal trigger, select the response of start date and it will be mapped. Then it is asking us for the from format, that in which particular format this date and time is present right now. So this is the format in which this date and time is present right now. Year, month, date, then we have T, then we have time in hours, minutes and seconds. So I'm going to select this format over here. Then it is asking us to format. that into which format we want to basically convert this date and time. So we have this format of day, month, year, hours, minutes, and seconds, and then we have AM or PM. This is pretty easy and simple, easy to read format. So I'm going to select this as to format. Then in from time zone, as I told you, we have to select UTC because in UTC time zone, the date and time is sent by TidyCal. And in two time zone, you can basically select any local time zone of yours that according to which time zone you want to convert this date and time to. So because I'm in India and in India, we follow Asia Kolkata time zone. So I'm selecting that. After this, just click on Save and Send Test Request. And as you click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received the response. And in this response, you can see the exact same date and time for which we made the booking on our TidyCal booking page. So we made the booking for 7th of March starting at 8 a.m. over here, and we have received the exact same date. So what we have done, we have received the response from TidyCal in UTC time zone. We have changed the time zone and also the format a little bit of the same date and time. Now, after doing this, what we have to do, we have to perform the same action for end date and time as well. Just click on these three dots into this date time formatter step and click on this clone step. Instead of setting up the complete step, you can just clone the same step. And after cloning the step, here in the field of date, we'll just clear the response of start date and map the response of end date over here. And then just click on Save and Send Test Request. And in response, you can see the end date and time too. So in this way, we have successfully changed the format and the time zone of the start date and end date of the appointment of the booking. Now let's add all of these details into Google Sheets. For that, just click on this Add Action Step button and then here in Choose App, search for Google Sheets. After selecting Google Sheets, here in Action Event from the drop-down, select the action event as Add New Row, then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Sheets account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, just click on this Sign In with Google button. Then after that, here from this pop-up window, select your Google Sheets account, then just scroll down and click on Continue. And as you click on Continue, you will see our Google Sheets account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making the connection, it is asking us to select the spreadsheet. So here in this drop-down, you can see a list of all the spreadsheets which we have created in our Google Sheets account. Out of all of these, the spreadsheet in which we want to add the booking details is named as TidyCal Bookings. So from this drop-down, we are going to select the same spreadsheet. After selecting the spreadsheet, it is asking us to select the sheet. Right now in my spreadsheet, I have only one sheet named as PHP Course for Beginners Workshop. So in this dropdown, you can see only one option. We are going to select it. Then after that, all the columns of data which we have created in this sheet, you can see all of these columns are added as fields over here. And one by one from the previous steps, we have to enter their respective details, map their respective details into these fields. So let's start with the first field of name. We have received the name of the person from TidyCal, so I'll just search for the response of the name of the person and map it over here. Then we are going to map the response of email using the same process of mapping. Select and map the email address of the user. Then we are going to map the response of mobile number. Here it is. Then we are going to map the response of age. So here we have the response of age and the city too. So from TidyCal trigger step, we have mapped all of these details. But the start date and time and end date and time, we have changed the format of these two things using date time formatter. So we'll just click on this field of start date and time. And from date time formatter, the response of the correct date and time format which we have received with the correct time zone, we are going to map it over here. And we are going to perform the same action for end date and time too. So in this way, we have basically mapped all of these details of the booking into their respective fields. And now we will just click on Save and Send Test Request. And as we click on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see we have received the response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped, basically the details of the booking which we have received on TidyCal, are now added as a new row in Google Sheets. So let's check it. We'll just go to a Google Sheet. And yes, here you can see that in our Google Sheet, all the details are added. We have the name, email, then we have the mobile number of the person, we have the age, city, the same start date and time and end date and time of the event of the booking as well. This means the automation workflow which we have created between TidyCal and Google Sheets using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now after setting up this automation, I'm going to test this automation workflow once. For that, I'm just going to make a new booking over here. Once again, I'll just copy the link of the same booking page, paste it in a new tab. And this time, I'm going to select the date as, for example, 12th of March and time as, for example, 11:45 a.m. The name of the person is test user, email address is this, then this is a dummy mobile number which we are entering. Then the age is, for example, 45 and city is Delhi. After entering all of these details, let's click on this book event button. Now, as we click on book event here, you can see that with the same details, a new booking is received on the same page in our TidyCal account. And because we have created this automation, we will see within 10 minutes, the details of the same booking will be added as a new row in our Google spreadsheet. And it basically takes 10 minutes of time because the connection between TidyCal and Pabbly Connect is a polling based connection. And in this type of connection, Pabbly Connect will check for new bookings in our TidyCal account every 10 minutes. So we just have to wait for 10 minutes over here. Okay, so now we have successfully waited for 10 minutes. Now let's check our Google spreadsheet. And yes, here you can see that in our Google spreadsheet, a new row of data is added over here. And in this data, you can see we have the same details. We have the same name of the person, same email address, same phone number, same age, city, same date and time. We have made the booking for 12th of March 2025. So we have the same date and same time too. This means the details or the automation workflow which we have created using Pabbly Connect, this automation is working perfectly fine. And using this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new booking in TidyCal, automatically the details of the same booking will be added in a new row in our Google spreadsheet. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you'll find the clone link of this exact same automation workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can just clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you'll get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can just do it for absolutely free.
So if this video was helpful to you, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with others, or if you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can always write us in the comment box below or email us at support@pabbly.com. Also, you can post your queries on our forum as well. And if you want to check the pricing of Pabbly Connect, you can visit this link. So this is it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.